I'm back with part 2 of What If Gohan and Goten Were Twins. With Left On just kicking off the Buu saga. Goten and Gohan would be training, and Goten would tease at Gohan liking Videl. With Gohan awkwardly trying to deny it, Chi-Chi would interrupt them and would tell them dinner was ready. Piccolo would appear at the Sun family home and pick up Gohan. Goten would have planned to go on a date with his girlfriend, so it didn't faze him. Goten would arrive to see his girlfriend Valise being attacked. He would make quick work of the thug and flying away with Valise. Everyone would marvel at the young man. Now we may get to the tournament. Goku would have arrived and would be greeted by everyone. Now we can talk about power levels. Goku is at 475,000, while being even stronger with his new form Super Saiyan 3. Goten is at a level of 400,000, with his strongest form being Super Saiyan 2. And Gohan's power at 400,000, with his strongest form being Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta is at a power level of 450,000, while his strongest form being Super Saiyan 2. And Broly having a power level of 460,000, with his strongest form being a very small form of Super Saiyan, so he doesn't lose control. Trunks is at a level of 300,000. While his strongest form is Super Saiyan 2, and Bosley at 325,000. And his strongest form be Berserker Super Saiyan. Now that we are done, we can start the tournament. The first fight would be Bosley versus Trunks. Trunks would seem very cocky, while Bosley only stretched and got in his stance. Bulma and Chilai would be cheering the boys on. The announcer would begin the battle. Trunks would fly in for a kick, and Bosley would swing him, throwing him to the floor, trying to throw him out. Trunks would backflip his way on his feet and would punch Bosley. As Bosley would lose his balance, Trunks would hit him with a barrage of punches, until Bosley would burst his aura. Trunks would fall back and Bosley would gain the upper hand. Bosley would get kicked and would fly up. Trunks would be annoyed and would throw an energy blast. Bosley would be dodging and would gut punch Trunks. Trunks would counter, sweeping his foot. Trunks would taunt Bosley. Bosley would punch him square in his face, and would follow up with a headbutt and a flurry of punches. Trunks would angry and go Super Saiyan. Bosley would exclaim that Trunks was cheating, and Trunks would laugh and gain the upper hand. And Bosley would go Super Saiyan. The boys would then clash, and Goku would be on the edge of his seat watching. Bosley would then gut punch Trunks and slam him on the concrete. This would enrage Trunks, causing him to go Super Saiyan 2. Bosley would be close to Berserk and would be tanking his hits. Broly would realize this would cause Broly to chop his son in the neck, and Trunks would win by default. Vegeta would look unimpressed and Goku would be heavily excited. Now we have Goten versus Broly. Goten and Broly knew not to transform, so the fight would depend on sheer skill. Goten would rush in, Broly throw a punch, and Goten would vanish and deliver a strong kick over his head, with Broly blocking it, and Goten would use Broly's arm to flip off of him and gut punch him. Broly would jump back and rush Goten, punching him in the face. With Goten flying to the bleachers and stopping himself, he would vanish, step back to Broly, and Goten would throw a barrage of punches and kicks at Broly. Goten would hear some girls in the bleachers cheering him, would be distracted. With Broly throwing him out the ring, he would sit in the grass giggling, and would give the girls a thumbs up. Now we would get to Videl versus Popovich. It would go the same, with Gohan getting enraged. Goten, seeing his brother so angry, would grab Videl and take her to the infirmary. Goten would give her a sensu bean. Gohan would then begin his match with that going the same, until chasing after the lackeys. But the boys would fly behind Goten and Gohan. They would conceal themselves. They would watch from afar as Piccolo and Krillin were turned to stone. This would shock the boys. They would watch the other Saiyans begin their battles on Bobiddy's ship. The fights would go the same until Goten, instead of Gohan, fight against Dabura, making him quick work, until Vegeta would give in to Bobiddy and turn into Majin Vegeta, as well as Buu being unleashed onto the world. The boys would then see Vegeta come out looking oddly terrifying, even more than usual. Vegeta would still knock Goku out and go to fight Majin Buu. He would ultimately sacrificing himself, with Super Buu being born. The Z fighters would evacuate everyone. Goten and Gohan would be taken to the land of Kais. The boys would jump behind them, teleporting with them. The twins would look surprised seeing them. Goku would awake trying to search for the boys' energy. Goku would speak to Piccolo asking of the boys, until Buu would appear on the lookout. Goku would fight Buu in Super Saiyan 3 and promising Buu for an even better fight. Buu would accept. Goku would then lock onto the boys' energy, teleporting into the Kai's world. Since Goten was there, he would suggest a test of the Z-Sword strength, breaking it like in canon. Goku would appear as seeing the twins there. He would try to teach the boys fusion with the Shen, suggesting the Potaras. Although they would be permanently fused, Goku would accept, due to them lacking in time. The Elder Kai would appear and accept to unlocking the twins' potential. This would take more time. Then in canon, due to there being two of them, Goku would train the boys before it was time to fuse. Goku would teleport them there with them. The boys would put the earrings on with them colliding, turning into a strong force. This would be Transly. They would have a rival boost, making them extra strong. They wouldn't be as cocky as Gotenks, but they would still be very confident. With no time to waste, the young warrior would charge into his pink opponent. Before Buu could react, he punched clean in the face, sending him flying. The boy would hit the blob with a barrage of punches. The pink monster would struggle to regenerate. Buu would get angry and try absorb the warrior. The boy would just explode his aura, making the Buu get even more angry. He would punch and punch and punch. The boy would just dodge every hit, kicking him the stomach, sending him flying. He would charge a blast while Buu was trying to recover. Buu would yell out of anger and out of pure desperation. He would look towards the humans. He would lock his eyes onto Broly, meditating, keeping his composure. And he would launch himself onto the brute, absorbing him. The warrior would look in awe and go Super Saiyan, matching up to Buu's power. The boy would yell out, "Come on, you pink blob." The boy would have green hair and an aura like Broly's. This would enrage Buu. The would clash, and the young warrior would smirk in his face. He would then punch him in the stomach, blasting a beam through him. He would put a barrier on himself. Then he would allow himself to be absorbed. After he would release Broly, he would let go of the barrier, them unfusing. They would be released and try to end Buu with a huge blast. They would fall over in relief. Goten and Gohan would appear behind them, smiling until they saw pink spots reconnecting. This would be Kid Buu. He would charge a ball, about to destroy the planet. Goku would grab everyone, teleporting them to the land of the Kais. They would watch Earth explode, and soon after they would sense Buu coming their way. In a panic, Goten and Gohan would power up. Goku would leave to retrieve Vegeta with Broly. They would appear back, preparing for battle alongside the twins. The kids would try their best to power up, with them being heavily weak and tired. Everyone would charge at Kid Buu. Unfortunately, this would be the end of part 2 of What If Gohan and Goten Were Twins? Like and subscribe.